Welcome back to my channel. Another troll who attacks people based on false claims is the Raw Facts. He's also one who, while he takes clips from other channels, makes strikes if someone uses his stuff to document what crap he presents. So, as is my present practice, I just won't use his clips, but just tell you what he said. Still, his double standard should be pointed out. This time I'm covering a video he did about Meljean Solon. It goes back to 2023, but he hasn't changed. There were 6 clips he started with. 3 are from Meljean's videos, so, of course, I'll include them here since they aren't his, unless he can't complain. The first one seems to be the one he bases his perverse sexual accusations on. As you can see, it simply shows Meljean getting into bed wearing an attractive but very modest nightgown that reveals nothing. The other 2 videos, showing now, simply show her sitting in bed and talking while still not showing anything inappropriate. So what's the problem? Well, the Raw Facts channel is promoting the idea that Meljean Solon is a scammer, doing soft porn, and about to be doing hard porn. He has a strange way of proving it though. As you saw, the clips are meaningless to his argument, so of course he needs to spice things up. He does this with 3 clips that have nothing to do with Meljean. He sandwiches these clips after each of Meljean's clips. One has a guy saying, "Are Filipina scammers or money grabbers or gold diggers?" The next one has a guy saying, "It's bullshit, shit." The last one shows a big dog licking its lips and salivating. These 6 clips are repeated over and over again in the beginning of his video for a total of 43 times. That is, roughly 7 times for each clip, and not one of them makes any sense. Reminds me of a basic propaganda technique where repetition itself is confused for truth. The Raw Facts seems hung up on sex. I guess this is how he shows his class. Mission accomplished. The Raw Facts also had several short versions of his video. In one of them, he had text that says, if you want to see the rest of it, contact him. Well, I saw the original video he took this from. It is nothing more than Meljean talking about her life situation, which she always does. Her vlog is much like a diary. Not my preferred kind of channel, but obviously popular with a lot of people. In his comment sections, the Raw Facts also said it was a sex show with a dildo. So he lied. He strangely continues his video referring to bad stuff going on, like in the Ukraine, and we have to be more positive. But then does a video which is all negative about Meljean without any facts to back it up?
I know that things are getting rough. Things are getting out of control with this Ukraine war, inflation, and so much negativity. But we have to be positive.
Raw Facts then continues by calling names.
So today I'm talking about this ridiculous woman called Meljean Solon.
While you watch, pay attention to how often he actually backs up his name calling and claims. You won't have to count very high.
And I really have not looked at her channel, but a subscriber asked me to look at what has been going on with her in the last couple months.
Okay, he hasn't been watching, but was requested to check the last couple of months. This time frame is important.
And as you would see from some of the introduction that I put up, it is really self-explanatory that this fool now has literally gone to soft porn to try to appease or to enhance her image among her salivating old foreigners.
The only thing in his introduction that was actually based on Meljean herself was her getting in bed and talking while wearing her bedclothes, which, while very cute, didn't reveal anything. That's like saying the models on a game show, if a prize is a bedroom suite, are doing soft porn since they might be dressed similarly. Does it attract the notice of men? Sure, but a pretty girl in almost anything will attract men. The Raw Facts needs to get out more. Of course, he has to call any foreigners who watch her channel some names too. Yet he doesn't know anything about them. It's all assumptions, the favorite tactic of every troll. But as we progress, remember the stuff he says about trying to attract men with clickbait and the complaints about soft porn? Remember that comment on his short saying to let him know if you want to see more, claiming it was a sex show? Isn't that clickbait? As for soft porn, there is porn in words too. With that in mind, consider what he says next.
Who are just dying to get in between her legs, and it seems that she will do anything.
Well, so much for his high standards. But then he featured that guy in the start of the video just saying shit over and over, because that's what grown men do now, I guess. I'm pretty sure getting into bed wearing her bedclothes, which are not revealing, is a long way from do anything. More name calling.
And for those of you who don't know this Meljean Solon and Roaming Hogan, these were two low-life pond scum losers that were living in the mountains somewhere in Cebu.
If you're keeping track of how many he has backed up, your total so far would still be 0.
They literally did not have running water, they did not have a toilet. They used to have to walk 10 or 15 minutes to a barrel to have a shower in a drum or whatever. And they were really living poorer than the poorest Filipino that you can find in Cebu or in Manila. These were really low-life losers.
I don't know where he is getting that from, looking at our last couple of months of videos as he said he was doing, but let's first point out that he seems to be attacking them just because they are poor, according to him. Being poor doesn't mean you are a lowlife. But let's look at the specific items he listed. He said they didn't have running water, no toilet, had to walk 10 to 15 minutes to wash up, and that they live poorer than any in Cebu or Manila. Okay, let's check. Here's a picture of poverty in Cebu, and here is one in Manila. And here is where Meljean lives. Not fancy, but I submit it is vastly better than homes of poor people in Cebu and Manila. So, the raw facts rate of backing up his claims is not only 0, we have 2 counts proving he is wrong. But let's keep going.
So now this is our main water supplies.
Oh, they have a water supply with a tank.
We have here the main connection of the water from the water tank that will be distributed to the toilet and to the kitchen as well.
Pretty sure that's how you get real, honest-to-goodness running water.
So here we have a toilet bowl. So
Yep, that's a toilet.
we have a shower. It's already working. Ta-da! Okay, and then here on the side, guys, I have here the sink.
So, as you can see, there was a shower, a lower faucet, and a sink, and the water was indeed running. This means the raw facts score for backing up their claims is still 0, and the score for just being wrong is up to at least 4, depending on how you count it. Wrong on 2 counts of poverty, and wrong about not having a toilet or running water. By the way, remember he said he was checking the past couple of months. Well, Meljean had this for at least over 2 years when he made his claims. How did the raw facts miss that? But maybe the raw facts is talking about some time well in the past, but failed to explain that context. Well, I've scanned through a number of her earliest videos, and nothing shows her to be as poor as he claimed. Is he going back to when she was a child? Same with her boyfriend. Nothing shows poverty that I can find. Besides, her boyfriend apparently was doing a lot of traveling from his home in Ireland. Are those people living in the slums I showed for Cebu and Manila doing that too? So what the heck is the raw facts basing his claim on? Or did he just make it up? Even if at some distant time in the past they were that poor, that has nothing to do with today. Next is the raw facts just being weird.
And it so happened that they realized that they could entice men, losers, old foreigners who pretty much could not get the time of day from a disabled woman in a wheelchair who was missing an eye and had 2 legs amputated, but now have the hope of getting something from Meljean Solon.
Well, if nothing else, the raw facts has quite an imagination. Trouble is, so far his accuracy is abysmal. More creative language from the raw facts.
All she does is clickbait and entices them, makes them hope that they're gonna get to taste that thing between her legs.
Wow, The raw fact sure seems to be hung up on sexual language. Maybe he is a wannabe writer of porn.
They send their money and she's living the high life. Those of you who have followed her recently will see now she was bought a car, is living in Cebu, living really nice.
Wait a minute. What happened to her being poor with no toilet? As for people sending her money, that could be, so what?
When she realized she could make $1 and he was in fact the loser, she dropped him faster than a hot potato.
I believe that relationship lasted over 3 years. I guess they don't make hot potatoes as hot as they used to.
And this video pretty much got her a lot more views. I think it doubled her views and got her much more than she was getting before.
I guess that's supposed to sound like she got more views by being in bed in sexy clothes. You remember, the clothes that don't reveal anything inappropriate? But not long before that vid, she did one that was just about a $15 bus trip she made. Nothing sexy at all. Yet that video got considerably more views. So, gee, maybe people enjoy looking at Meljean. And why not? She's an attractive girl. But seems to also just like her video content. Too bad that doesn't fit in with the raw facts preconceived narrative.
We all know that she has started living high on the hog, living the nice life, living in a condo.
By the way, she has an actual house, as I showed, not a condo.
So in that effect, she needs money to maintain her lifestyle.
Imagine that, needing money to maintain your lifestyle, which, you know, pretty much applies to everyone. And now the raw facts just goes into full perversion mode.
And she's thinking that maybe heading into the porn direction, maybe who knows, you might find her on Hamster X or YouPorn or somewhere trying to make some extra money, or even find her on Trike Patrol doing some X-rated stuff.
Amazing, the raw facts is reading minds now. The raw fact sure seems to be very well acquainted with porn sites. Maybe all those comments he made about old loser men imagining themselves with Meljean actually reflect his own imagination when he visits porn sites.
She has that kind of attitude. She's somebody that just burns your blood when you know how she operates, giving the Philippines a bad image.
I tend to be more upset about people making things up to promote their accusations. Just a bunch of assumptions instead of real facts. Spreading made-up negative claims about a Filipina is a good way to cause the Philippines to get a bad reputation.
A lot of foreigners, respectable foreigners, already look at the Philippines as a bunch of gold-digging prostitutes.
Well, that's going to happen more if they listen to men who make things up.
You send them a couple dollars, squeeze their head and their legs open, and that's pretty much what she is doing, what she is fostering and giving that even to more foreigners.
All I see are repeated assumptions. I don't think his porn writing career is going to be successful, though. He keeps using the same visuals. And now he takes us back to middle school.
Her accent is just such a bullshit accent.
What the heck makes it a BS accent? That kind of comment is a pretty good sign of someone who never outgrew insulting girls in middle school. I'm not a fan of the raw facts accent, but that doesn't make it BS. What he says is BS, though. No backup for anything, but an overabundance of assumptions. Thanks for watching, and don't let the trolls stop you from speaking out.